Hello and welcome to Strat News Global. I am at the Jaisalmer Air Base bordering Pakistan. And the occasion, of course, is the firepower demonstration that the Air Force is going to do today. That is on 17th of February. But the subject of this week's Simply Nitin is the rising spending on defense budgets across the world, thanks to the wars that are now raging not just in Europe but in the Middle East, in Africa, and the tensions in South Asia or in the Indian subcontinent between India and China, and of course Pakistan being always the main concern as far as military spending is concerned. I'm Nitin Gokhale, and you're watching this episode of Simply Nitin from Air Force Station, Jaisalmer. So after relative peace for decades, Europe saw the emergence of the Russia-Ukraine conflict in February 2022. We're about to complete 2 years of that conflict. And then suddenly on 7th October 2023, Israel was faced with the attack from Hamas, which has now resulted in Israel going after the Hamas in the Gaza Strip, and then the ripple effects one feels in West Asia, with Iran coming in, Houthis targeting commercial shipping in the Red Sea, the continent of Africa looking at various small conflicts, fires raging all over from West to East Africa and even Southern Africa. And therefore, this report recently by the Institute of International Strategic Studies, or IISS, based in London, about military spending or military balance is something that we thought we will elaborate on. IISS report says that in 2023, the world over, defense spending increased by 9%, which is one of the highest in recent years. And that is understandably so, because the two conflicts that I mentioned. But apart from that, there are conflicts and there are tensions across the Indo-Pacific. Look at what is happening on the India-China border. India has had to increase its spending, increase its preparedness, because China is trying to be aggressive, belligerent on the land border. And its increasing forays into the Indian Ocean is creating new problems for India and other countries elsewhere. The European nations, which had given up more or less on spending too much on defense before the Ukraine conflict broke out, realized that they needed to up their game, and therefore many of them are now from their meager spending of 1.1 or 1.2% of the GDP are upping their spending on defense to nearly 2%. Now that is something which the IISS has taken note of. It has also spoken about, I was looking at the total spend on defense. It is now nearly $2.2 trillion, reflecting heightened tensions stemming from Russia's war with Ukraine, China's military buildup and its assertiveness, and of course the West Asian conflicts and several coups in Africa, be it in Sudan or Senegal. The report estimates that 2024 will be seeing or witnessing further enhancement in defense budgets going forward. Some of the details that are coming up is clearly the world is witnessing strategic instability, which certainly does not augur well for any peace, and every country now wants to fortify itself against any possible conflict that may break out anytime, anywhere. Now, for instance, Russia initially suffered huge losses in its armor strength. According to IISS report, nearly 3,000 Russian tanks were destroyed as far as the first few months were concerned. But Russia's industrial military complex is huge, and it's very efficient in many ways of mass producing weapons and equipment. And they have regained that ability, and Russia has now started spending much more. And in fact, Russia's defense budget anyway is nearly 10 times that of Ukraine. And Ukraine needs more and more funding from its allies and friends. A $75 billion or $95 billion aid that the Americans have promised to the Ukrainians hasn't come through because the congressional opposition, and therefore now Germany has on Friday signed a deal with Ukraine for $1.2 billion worth of equipment and ammunition to be supplied to Ukraine. But that may not be sufficient because most of the European countries have run out of their stocks which they were holding and are not able to match the speed and volume in which the Russians are producing their ammunition and their military equipment. Now that is a catch-22 dilemma for the European Union and NATO, because the NATO countries had downgraded their militaries or their spending for years together. But now suddenly they are faced with the prospect of running out of ammunition or not being able to match the requirements in Ukraine and maybe further. And therefore, the benchmarks that were there earlier, where industrial complexes in Germany, in Poland, in Ukraine have all had to restart. They are not able to meet that. India, on the other hand, has sort of pivoted from being dependent on import of defense equipment or ammunition to Make in India and Atmanirbharta, and has therefore now managed to replenish some of its ammunition stocks. Of course, it's not sufficient given the fact that India has large disputed two borders with its two adversaries, the primary adversary China and Pakistan. And India needs many more ships, warships and missiles and aircraft. For instance, I am standing at the Jaisalmer Air Base. The Air Force needs the enhancement of combat fleet as far as the inventory is concerned, because its combat fleet is depleting very fast, whereas all its other equipment or platforms like transport aircraft or helicopter or rotary wing aircraft, all of these and the transport and the helicopter wings are sufficiently stocked or sufficiently strong enough. But Air Force is now faced, Indian Air Force is faced with this dilemma of how to procure in a quick time frame combat aircraft for its fleet to be enhanced. Now that is being taken under discussion for a long time. Hopefully in 2024, after the elections are over, the decision on the what they call the MMRCA 2.0 or MRFA, the multi-role fighter aircraft procurement case, will again get restarted. Till then, the light combat aircraft Tejas is likely to try and fill the gaps sort of created by the retirement of some of the MiG-21 squadrons. And of course, there will be plans for LCA going forward, Mark 1 and then Mark 2, as the Air Force wants more and more of these, given the fact that India is going to constantly face adversarial stand by China, if not so much Pakistan. Coming to the IISS report, again, some of the highlights are the security threats that are coming in. Beijing's ambitions for becoming preeminent military power has meant that even US had to step up its military spending from what it was in, say, 2020 or 2019. And therefore, the world is going to see many more conflicts, or at least many more tensions across the world. And that's something the IISS report has taken note of. And we needed to take that note in Simply Nitin this week. But of course, let me also talk about what is going to happen at the air show this evening. As we broadcast this report in the evening at 7 p.m., the firepower demonstration would be winding down at Jaisalmer. So maybe another report you will watch on our channels, both bharatshakti.in and statnewsglobal.com in the coming week. But for the moment, that's all I have. Do keep watching Stat News Global and of course Simply Nitin every Saturday. Your feedback, as you know, is important to us, and our social media handles are something that you should subscribe to get updated reports about the military, about strategic issues, about foreign policy, and something that we will keep bringing to you in the days ahead and months ahead. That's all I have for the time being. It's goodbye.